Calmsden, folks, and we're going to be progressing through quite a lot of time in this video, but the reason that I am up at the store is the header that we need is on sale. So before that, you can just see that we have got in the 3 secret open areas plowed in, and they need liming, which is one of the reasons we're up at the store. But the other reason is the header that I want is on sale at the moment. I guess because it's winter, so we're going to pick that up for under half price, which is awesome. Going to get that, and we're going to leave it up at the store for now because we don't have the combine here, and we're going to get some lime brought as well and get those 3 areas limed ready for some planting in the spring. 8 bags of lime. I think we actually end up getting 12 bags on to the trailer. We've got the Ford up here as well, just to get those loaded up. So we've just brought the TLX over. It's the next day. We need to sell the header and the header trailer and then buy the header trailer for the new one. We actually made a little bit of money in that swap, only a couple of grand, just because of the used price. A little bit of an Austin Powers moment there with getting stuck on the fence. And one of the downsides of this is this new trailer doesn't hook up to the combine. I saw this on Virtual Farmer's video as well, but you know, ever so slightly annoying. Right, time to get in to doing some actual field work. So this video has been a bit of a weird mix so far of time-lapse and normal, I guess. We are back to a more normal speed now. And you can see through January we have made some money, and a bit of February from selling stuff at the PGA. We sold some manure and we sold some silage, and it's now the end of February and we have the cow pasture to plow in still. And I need to lime it, but I forgot. And also we need to get the cows fed first, and we have snow on the way, so yeah. The plan is to feed the cows brilliantly, aren't I? Pro YouTuber. We're going to get the cows fed. We're going to get the cow pasture ploughed in, and I forget to lime it. A bit annoying. We're going to go and buy the seeder that I want, and then we are going to skip forward to March and get all this grass replanted. We're going to do that on the first day of March, and then through the rest of March we'll work out what other crops we're going to plant, because I still haven't worked out what my crop rotation is going to be on here. So we are going to put in about half a mixer load of silage, and so the silage has gone out a little bit but not a lot. So one of my plans for on here, I think I said it in the last video as well on Calmsden, is once we get further into spring, I am going to lease a lorry and probably a belt system and just bulk sell this to one of the buy points. I think the BGA on here is too slow to get through this volume of silage. I am working on a TMR sell point with the plan for that to go off to Mod Hub, so I'm probably going to put that on here as well so that we can sell off some TMR, probably for slightly more than silage is worth, because obviously you've got the effort of mixing the TMR, but you've got the fact that hay costs a lot, is worth a lot less than silage, hay and straw. So you know, kind of swings and roundabouts. You can bulk it out with cheaper products, but you've got to put in the effort to mix the TMR up. So yeah, TMR sell point coming soon, maybe. I think you can sell it at some of the sell everything points as well, but maybe we could use one of those. I don't know, we'll have a look at that. So because I have the vehicle inspector mod, it tells me how full the feed mixer is. That's top right hand corner, just under the normal HUD. And we are just over 50% full, so that is good for me. We will go grab a hay bale and put that in the mixer. And that will give us a nice TMR for the cows. Someone did point out that from a realism point of view, you would probably be putting mineral feed in, so I do need to go get some mineral feed. I don't do it in this video because I forgot. I was kind of... this took a lot of time to play through all of January and February. ploughing in those big communal areas took quite a while. It was quite relaxing, but it did take quite a while. And then just looking after the cows and getting stuff to the BGA and things. It took a bit of time, but it was enjoyable. I'm not complaining, but yeah, I forgot that I needed to go and buy mineral feed, and I'm just remembering now. So I'll need to try and remember when I do the next video on Calmsden to go buy mineral feed whilst I'm in the fury of planting everything. Yeah, we'll try and remember to do that next time. The other thing I need to do on here, so thank you to the comment from someone that between vehicle control add-on and reduced brake force, we are probably doubling up on that effect. So I do need to, for Greenland, so I've sorted that because I've recorded that after I recorded this gameplay. I do need to take off, what I've done on Greenland is take off the reduced brake force mod and then reduce the braking in VCA to 50%, and that seems to work quite well for the bits I've done on there. So I need to do that on here as well at some point. So that's our TMR mixed up, almost a full mix up, which will last us a few days with how little the cows eat. So yeah, we're going to be good for a little while on feed. I think their feed is running a little low. The straw is getting low. Sorry. So we have only put in straw on here when we harvested it back in August or September, and we haven't needed to bed them again yet. I am looking at buying a straw blower because we have a whole load of straw to blow into the cows' bedding, but we only need to seem to do it twice a year. We don't have that many cows yet, so that will change as things expand and the cows that we've got start to breed and we get to buying more. So you will notice we have a fair bit of cash at the moment, and that was from a big ploughing contract that I did that I have forgotten to put in the screen grab of, which is slightly annoying. We ploughed field 5, which was about £40,000 I think we earned from that. That was so we had enough to buy the seeder that I am interested in, and we don't quite have enough left after that to get the straw blower, but we've got a little while before we need to do that, and the plan is to hit the seeding contracts quite hard once we have our seeder and our fields planted. Playing with the 3-day months, we have quite a bit of time to get seeding contracts done with the seeding windows that are part of the geo that's on here that was made by me. Right, that's the feed wagon parked up. Can drop the bales bike off of here. We get this parked up, and I think we're going to head up to the store and get ourselves all the seed that we need and our seeder. Wake up. I think my KVM switch disconnected at that point. I did have a couple of issues with that in this video. I think it's this one where I had those issues where if you randomly see my tractor drive off the wrong way, it's the KVM switch not working. It's not my bad driving. Okay. Right, no, we're not going to go and get the seeder yet. We need to plough the cow pasture in. So ideally we would have had a grassland subsoiler for this, but I don't want to wait until Maze Plus is ready to get this sorted. The needing ploughing on every grass field really triggers my OCD. The needing a lime that I forget to do is going to bug me as well, massively. But just trying to show how many hours we have done it with this plough, because it's pretty nuts. And we'll just hook up to the plough so that it makes it easier for me to see it. And you can see, I think we're at about 9 hours of ploughing now. 8.5 hours of ploughing. That's pretty nuts. And we leased the 2 other ploughs to do the big field 6. So yeah, we've done a lot of ploughing with this plough. It's definitely earned its keep. The same with the Fent. The Fent's done a lot of that ploughing, and really good tractor. Should have put Jules on the Fent, I think. And I don't do it for the first bit of seeding, but I might put Jules on it for the rest of the seeding. I think it would look cool. That's purely all. I think it would look cool. And quite a small framed tractor, and it's going to be doing a lot of work. So yeah, we might get some Jules on there. Do want to get ourselves a slurry spreader at some point as well. So we're building up a little bit of digestate up at the BGA, and also we've got a fair stock of slurry. Whether we put that through the BGA first, I'm not sure. We might do, just for the income. Depends what else we've got to put through the BGA. Silage is going to pay better, I think. You get a better markup selling manure and slurry, but I think silage pays more. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I know you get about 5 times the markup for manure and slurry as you do for silage, but silage is just worth more in general. So if I was doing the commentary live, I could look and tell you, because I could flick up the prices. But I'm not, because of all the stuff. So yeah. Which is why the start was a bit weird, because what I need to, so when I used to make these videos, I used to write a mini script to remind me of the key things that happen, because there is a gap sometimes, and I'm not doing that at the moment. So yeah, I've got the UK Big Bag Pack installed, and we are buying the 7 bags of seed that we need. That should cover seeding everything that we need to do, even without me knowing quite which crops I'm doing yet. So I've got the field calculator installed. Pro tip for the field calculator: if you draw the fields with coarse play, it picks those up as well, which is really cool. I didn't show it because it was kind of slow and clunky as I was doing the maths in my head. But yeah, 7 bags of seed. So we're going to get our seeder now. We are going for the cockling jockey, I think. We've put the disturbed plate on the back because it's going to run on the fen. I'm just using the Ford to get it back to the farm, because the Ford doesn't do well with the trailer. Although I have installed a mod now which should help with that. The trailer hitch thing that was released on Mod Hub yesterday, which I'm going to get that so that we can hopefully put that trailer on the Ford. But yeah, the seeder is going to be going on the back of the Fendt. Sure, I said Fiat then. Anyway, we're going to get all this stuff undercover because of the snow, and we're going to skip ahead to March and get some grass planted. So here we are, sunny springtime. Need to swap things over, so we'll get the seeder on the Fendt and get some seed loaded up. So we have another outtake worthy moment coming up here as well. Which is an interesting game glitch that I'd not seen before. We'll get there. We'll get there, don't worry. So I thought I'd move the trailer out of the way, and my front loader's vanished. If I disconnect it, it appears, and if I save and reload, thankfully it's come back. That's a weird one. So pro tip: don't attach trailers to the front of the Ford with the front loader on them. Yeah, we'll get a bunch of seed in here. I think I put 3 bags in, which is more than enough for all the grassland that we need to seed. In fact, it's full. So yeah, it is more than enough. And let's get to work. We'll start with the cow pasture, because I hate that the cow pasture doesn't have grass in it, but it needed doing because it needed ploughing. And we are going to roll all of these as well to get rid of the stones. This is quite a nice seeder. It was released within the last couple of days of me recording this, and yeah, 40 grand for a 6 meter seeder. It is awesome. Or the dog bell went, yeah, 40 grand for a 6 meter seeder, and this is why I was saying about us hitting the seeding contracts hard. With a 6 meter seeder, we should be able to do quite a few seeding contracts quite quickly, I think. I do have ProSeed installed, but obviously we don't put tram lines in grass. But what's quite nice is if you look in the top right hand corner, you can see it's giving us our hectares of ground covered and our hectares seeded per hour, which is quite funky. I hadn't really noticed that before using ProSeed. I didn't use ProSeed a huge amount in game. It came out, or I embraced it quite late in my FS19 gameplay. So I think I only used it on one map, but definitely going to be using it because it's really cool. I really like tram lines. They look really good. And even if I'm not going to be spraying, I'm going to put tram lines in just because they look cool. So yeah, we might end up getting a sprayer on here. We might not do the plow everything job, and I talked about it in yesterday's video. But with precision farming, we have the FS19 season style weeds coming, and we have intelligent weeders coming as well. So yeah, we will be putting precision farming on here, obviously. And I didn't crash. Nope. You imagine that. We will be putting precision farming on here, and we might not plough everything. Particularly with them changing how weeds work, we might not plough everything. Yeah, weeding is going to get a lot cheaper if we can get ourselves a weeder that does work with precision farming. As I said in the Greenlands video, because precision farming is released as a mod, not a DLC. It is a free DLC, but they release it as a mod. It's not locked behind the encryption that mod paid DLC content is. So we should be able to see in the John Deere sprayer that's being released with it how you do that, how you enable that intelligent weeding. And my plan is to do a video on how to do that and add it to other weeders. So yeah, that's the plan. Got field 8 done, and we're just finishing up the half of field 12 now that is going to be grass. There was quite a lot of grass planting to do. And then I think we're going to get course play going on the communal areas to replant some of those with grass. The one behind the store I am still thinking of using as an arable field. What I want to do as part of the process is that I want to set up an auto drive route that links up to this field over at the garden centre that doesn't have traffic going against each other, because I want to use auto drive and a forage harvester with a pickup header to do the silage next time, because using the loading wagon was a real pain. And we'll probably sell the loading wagon because I want to get a forage harvester anyway. We have the old New Holland one that I used on Sandy Bay in 19 installed and ready to go, and I think using a pickup wagon or a forage harvester with a pickup header and trailers with the Ford and the Fendt will be much quicker. So I've done this to do centre first, because as you can see the field definition is much bigger than what we've ploughed in. So yeah, that will we can let course play do the up down rows, and then I'll jump in and do the headlands. And we are buying ourselves the Gutler Matador roller. This can be a grassland or field roller, so it's configured at the moment as a field roller. The grassland roller adds a section on the back, so that's why I brought it, because we'll be using it to roll our grasslands after cutting sometimes. But it's great for sorting the stones, and the little John Deere 6030 does a cracking job with this. Although this was brought as a feeder tractor, it's actually coming into its own on some other jobs. When I was doing all of the liming, it was pulling around the trailer full of bags of lime. Awesome little bit of kit. Love it. It is a really nice mod, and Elizabeth got herself stuck. Elizabeth. So I am still sorting out getting channel members' names appearing as workers and stuff. I think I've got that sorted now after this video, but yeah, it's a work in progress. The helper admin mod, or whatever it is, doesn't do what I want, though I have done some stuff separately myself in the XML, but I'm just trying to get that working properly so that all of the workers will be channel members. Right, up down rows are done over here, so we're just going to run around the headland and get the bits that have been missed. This will be a nice grass field in the future, and as I said, we're going to be using auto drive to cart and trying to use the forage harvester that I want to buy to pick up all the grass and get it back to the yard. I'm hoping that will make this a smoother process, because it took quite a long time with the forage wagon, because it only holds 20,000 litres to clear this area. I think that filling that bunker must have been about 30 trips, because we got 550,000 litres of silage off of all the grass that we mowed. There's a collision there. It's one of the issues with farming areas that aren't really meant to be farmed, but we can work with it. And that's this bit done. We'll head over to the secret field by the horse enclosure now. I think I see that myself, yeah, because we've got the islands in the middle and stuff. So we'll get back to rolling in a bit. do like this setup. It's working really well. Obviously the Fendt is a tuned Fendt. I don't know how realistic it is to have 195 horsepower Fendt 500, but doing the job. It's an awesome tractor. Love it. I think when we're looking to upgrade on here, we might stick with the slightly older generation Fendts. There's a Fendt 900 pack that's on King mods. It has some issues at the moment, it seems, because it doesn't load into my game. So I'm hoping that that's going to be sorted and released soon. Or there's a next generation on Fendt 900 that also would be really nice on here as we expand. But yeah, I think we might stick with slightly older tractors on here. We are desperately short of fuel, and I wanted to avoid an adder moment and running out of fuel. So we're just quickly dashing back to the farm to find that the fuel tank is in fact empty. So we'll get another 1,000 litres of diesel delivered and get some diesel back in the Fendt. Finish that off and we are into rolling now. And I start to have issues with OBS crashing at this point. If you remember, a while ago I had issues with OBS crashing whilst I was recording, and if I'm on my laptop I can't see when it stops. And I updated because they had done an update since that version, and it still has the same issue for me, so I've had to roll back a couple of versions. But yeah, it meant that I do miss some bits in rolling this last field, and I'm going to roll field 12 afterwards off camera. As the light's fading, it becomes very difficult to see where I have and haven't rolled. Some directions it's okay. Going the other way, it's not too bad. Going in this direction, it's really hard to see where I've rolled. So I'm basically aiming for the piles of stones. You can sort of see it, but yeah, not easily. And then when we head this way, it's so much more obvious. It's just the way the sun is hitting the bank. Yeah, it got quite frustrating trying to get all of this rolled in. I should have used the Fendt with its GPS. We don't have GPS on here, so that would have been a better option. We're getting there. We do get it done. And everything has worked really well on here today, apart from me crashing a few times. The seed has been brilliant. This roller is awesome, and it's nice to use something different to the base game ones. It's slightly smaller, but it's going to do our grassland and our field rolling, which is cool. And it's not the one I've got on Greenland, so I do like trying to use different kit on different Let's Plays. So same brand, but different. So 3-point mounted is quite nice for this. So we're pretty much done, just tidying up a few misbits, and this is when yet again OBS hits. The plan was to show you me finishing that and parking in the shed, but we didn't get to. So anyway, thanks for watching folks, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, do not smash it. I need the likes. If you smash it and break it, you got to buy me a coffee. Leave me a comment below, and I will catch you next time on Calmsden.